Welcome to the first installment of the Brownells Training Group Instructor's Notes. Speed and accuracy in shot delivery are critical elements of shooting in personal defense, competition, and professional circles. But if we can't bring our handgun to bear in a timely and efficient manner, everything else we do from that point forward will suffer in its effectiveness. So today we're here to talk about presenting a handgun from the holster. We'll start from a strong side open carry position first. The first thing we need to do is establish our firing grip. Number one rule is no snatching. No upward movement trying to yank the gun out of the holster. You're setting yourself up to lose control of your handgun. What we're looking for is an up and down motion to bring our hand above the handgun and then come down and establish a solid firing grip. One of the things we want to do to set ourselves up for success is to establish our good solid finger index at this point on the holster so that when the handgun clears the holster, we have our finger where we want it to be outside of the trigger guard. Our support hand at this point can be in one of three places. If we're running from concealment, we may be doing a garment clear with that support hand. If we're not, and we're outside close contact distance, we can go ahead and just keep it out of the way in our chest or abdomen. And if we are in that close contact distance, we can have it up in a guard. Once we've established the firing grip, a retention device comes next. If you have a thumb brake, a lever, or a bail, this is the time to deactivate that. We now want to clear the holster straight out. And we need to adjust the cant of our holster as we carry to facilitate that straight out motion. If we're behind the hip, we may want a little bit of a forward cant in order to make sure that we're not fighting the holster as we try to get that straight out motion. Once we've cleared the holster, we're going to go ahead and start to rotate that muzzle to the target and be moving the gun at the same time. From here, we see a lot of recommendations to bring that firearm up to high center chest, add the support hand, and push it straight out. The way we teach it here is a little bit different. What we want is the ability to fire at any point in the draw after the muzzle is oriented, and we want the last few inches of the presentation to be a push towards the target, straight in. This gets us on target faster and minimizes overshoots. If the last few inches of the draw isn't straight at the target, we can end up scooping or bowling from low to high, or if we come high to low, we can chop, and both of those make it slower and more difficult to establish our firing solution. That's all addressed in a traditional squared off draw. But we also know that the shortest, fastest distance between 2 points is a straight line. So we're going to cut the corner. We'll still be looking to be pushing the handgun towards the target, but we're going to kind of round the draw stroke off to arrive at this point, a compress ready where our eyes can pick up the sights in a climbing push and then push straight out at the target from there. We start with the firearm oriented towards the threat. Bring up to center line in that climbing push, joining with the support hand, continue the climbing push. We arrive at that leveling point with the firearm at or near eye level. This gets us on the sights, and we finish pushing straight towards the target. From concealment, we're just going to add either a one- or two-handed clearing of the concealment garment, and then our draw proceeds normally from there. Next, we need to talk about adding movement to the mix, so look for that in the next installment of the Brownells Training Group Instructor Notes. In the meantime, check out our complete line of everything you need to shoot, accessorize, care for, carry, or customize your firearms, and much, much more at brownells.com and policestore.com.